this is Katie from Personal Health TV, where we share personal health insights for real life by real people. And today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that is food. Now, have you ever come across a situation in your life where someone you know was raving about this fantastic diet that they went on and they got fabulous results, and then you try it and didn't quite work the same way for you? Or do you know someone who just seems to be able to eat and eat and eat and eat and never seems to gain a pound, and yet you look at a donut or a piece of chocolate and tend to gain like 5 pounds? Yeah, that's totally me. And what that is really talking about there, those situations, is that there's different diets work for different people, and we all have different types of bodies that require different types of food and different types of nutrients. And when I started with pH 360, which is Personal Health 360 degrees, I found out what the exact diet or the exact food plan was that would work for my biotype or my body type. So my biotrend is a guardian, and guardians are known for having the longest digestive tract than any other body type out there, which is kind of cool. That means that food that I eat will stay in my system for a really long time, and my body is really good at absorbing as many nutrients out of that food as possible. Now that comes with its pros and cons. I mean, pro obviously being I can eat something and my body will automatically absorb as much nutrients as it can out of whatever it is that I'm eating. But the downside to that is when I eat really dense foods or foods that take a really long time for our body to naturally break down, like meats and breads and carbs, pastas, things like that, that when it stays in my body, it can sit there for a really long time, and it can kind of ferment a little bit if it's not being pushed along to get out of my system, and that can cause some tummy gurgles and some weird things in the gut. And so pH 360 told me that my body actually really likes a vegetarian diet. And not only vegetarian, but it doesn't like raw foods too much because it takes a little bit longer for our body to digest raw foods and break that down. So if I cook my foods a little bit more, that it's going to be super easy for my body to digest. So it recommended for me that I eat lots of vegetables and lots of warm liquids like broths and stews and soups, and stay away from things like salad, which I'd already eaten a lot of salad thinking that it was super healthy for me, and it is healthy for me. There's lots of nutrients in salad, but there's an even better way for me to get the nutrients that I need. And when I started eating this vegetarian diet, even though my carnivorous brain totally missed the meat, but I have to tell you, I felt so good. I felt so much lighter, and my stomach gurgles and all the weird noises my tummy would make was totally gone. And for me, that was huge because my stomach was a real issue for me, making really weird noises when it was trying to digest foods. And it was so bad that I would literally not schedule meetings at work in the afternoon because I was so embarrassed about what type of noises my stomach was going to make when it was going to be digesting my lunch. And so when I started eating a vegetarian diet and eating more warm liquids and things that had been broken down a little bit more in the cooking process, and my stomach gurgles went away, oh my gosh, it was so liberating. I didn't have to be ashamed of my stomach noises and try and make excuses and laugh it off anymore. I finally could schedule meetings whenever I needed to, and I could rely on my stomach to not be going totally weird and crazy, making tons of weird noises. And that is so worth giving up some meat. I can still have meat every so often, but it needs to be predominantly vegetarian diet and lots of warm liquids too. And it just makes me feel so good. So I really encourage you to try and figure out, listen to your body, listen to your gut. What's it telling you? What kind of foods does it like? What kind of foods doesn't it like? And pH 360 has tons of fantastic advice on what kind of food plan is perfect for you. Talk to you soon, guys.